Don't worry if you're just sitting in here. We're just doing this for our caption writer. Thank you so much, Amy. We have many people in here who are going to be thrilled that we have a captioned ceremony. All right, it looks like it's working. Thank you, Amy. We'll start our ceremony in just a few minutes.
What about right now? Can you hear that a little bit? Can you hear me through that, Amy? What about now? Can you hear this now? Can you hear me now? This is pretty normal speaking volume.
Good afternoon, everybody. Hi, everyone. We're going to go ahead and get started. All right. I'm Kim Mizia, the Northwest Region Program Director, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to the graduation ceremony for the Hearing Dog class of November 2019. When I was asked to put together a short speech to welcome you all here today, I got to thinking about what I wanted to say, and my mind jumped right to Thanksgiving. Now, hear me out. Of course, a lot of us will automatically envision turkey and mashed potatoes and pumpkin pie for dessert. And believe me when I say we take these traditions very seriously, as evidenced by a heated debate about Thanksgiving favorites this week during our weekly trainers meeting. However, there's more to this holiday, and to me, that something more is family. Whether that's family by blood or family by friends, neighbors, what have you, we've all likely got some loved ones to share these delicious traditions with. And that's what brings us here today, welcoming 6 new hearing dog teams into the large, exceptional family that is Canine Companions. To our new teams, know that we are all here to support you, cheer you on, and lend a helping hand when you might need it. I'm thrilled to be one of the first to officially welcome you to the new extended family, but don't worry, we won't show up at your door next week expecting a turkey dinner. Before we get to meet these new graduates, and while we're in the spirit of the Thanksgiving season, I'd like to take a moment to thank all of our board members, donors, volunteers, participants, and staff. You each show your dedication to the Canine Companions mission in countless ways, and without your support, we would not be here today to welcome our newest additions. Now, without further ado, please enjoy a glimpse into the past 2 weeks of team training.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Ken, and I'm a senior instructor here at Canine Companions. I think one of the most difficult things that we ask our students to do during the team training is here in the last days as we're wrapping up the 2-week class, we hand them this little slip of paper and we ask them to write in 10 words or less what this means to them. It takes them forever. They write a little bit, they count the words, scratch it out. They write a little bit more, and like, no, that's not right. But I think they did a pretty nice job. Thank you, guys. It's been my honor to teach this class of 6 folks who are graduating today. 6 people, 6 stories that have led them here. 6 different experiences with 6 different dogs, and now 6 different adventures to look forward to. Let me introduce you to them one at a time as we congratulate them with a hearty well done and send them off on their adventures with a sincere farewell. First, I'd like to introduce you to Harlan. You can stay right there for a minute. Harlan is retired now, but before that, he began his working career as a veterinarian. He was also a veterinarian when he was in the Air Force, which I guess makes him a vet? Whatever, okay. Afterwards, he had a private practice and then went back to school and studied and became an ophthalmologist, which he did until he retired. Now, for me, one of the best things about being an instructor for as long as I have is that I get to be around when people receive their first assistance dog and their successor assistance dog. In Harlan's case, I was here when he received his first, his second, and now his third hearing dog. Each time he came to team training, he was supported by his wonderful wife, Sue. Harlan, would you join me up front? The dog who is stepping into the long line of Harlan's hearing dogs is Carly II. As is natural, Harlan doesn't move as quickly as he once did, but Carly matches his pace perfectly. That sort of patience can be unusual for our typically energetic hearing dogs. Carly is being presented to Harlan today by her puppy raisers, Amelia Brosset from Denver, Colorado. Go ahead, come on up. Hand in the lead. And we have a certificate and a diploma for you. Congratulations, Harlan and Carly. Next, I want to introduce Lisa. She is here from Newport Beach, where she works as a school counselor. She's a wife and mother to 4 grown children. And I'm so pleased to have also been a part of Lisa's first placement with her first hearing dog, Tamara. Coincidentally, she was also in the same class with Harlan when he received his second hearing dog. This time, skipped a sentence. I remember how nervous and anxious Lisa was that first time. This time she approached it with so much joy and confidence that it undoubtedly helped all the other students who were here for their first time feel more at ease and confident themselves. Lisa, would you join me up front? This time, Lisa is receiving a wonderful hearing dog named Arrow the Fourth. This lanky boy has a great mix of a sense of humor and high work ethic. He was raised by an inmate at the Crossroads Correctional Facility in Montana. Presenting Arrow today to Lisa is Iris Yamaguchi and Cindy Thomas. We've got your certificates. Thank you. Congratulations, Lisa and Arrow. Next to be introduced is Anne. Anne is from Sacramento. She is a retired journalist for the Sacramento Bee. She has congenital hearing loss and has 2 adult sons who are also deaf. She's very active and enjoys cycling, hiking, camping, cross-country skiing, and playing Scrabble. One of the difficulties that a person who is deaf or hard of hearing has is that other people often don't realize that they are deaf and can't hear them. So in addition to the increased awareness of her environment that her dog will provide her, she is also looking forward to the dog being a visual reminder to people that she is deaf. Anne, would you join me up front? The dog who is going to be this reminder and assistant is Gita. And what a dog to help Anne with these things. She's very good at alerting Anne to sounds, and she is so darn cute that she's going to be great at reminding people to accommodate Anne's disability. Presenting Gita today are her puppy raisers, the Ferris family from Oakley, California. Congratulations, Anne and Gita. Nick is a professor at Cerritos College, where he teaches communication studies and coaches the speech and debate team. Since he lives alone, he is looking for a dog that will allow him to be aware of the important sounds at home. In addition, he will benefit from greater awareness of his environment as he is out and about and at work, as his new assistant alerts him to various sounds. Interesting additional fact. The last graduate you just met, Anne, is Nick's mother. How cool is that? Nick, would you join me up front? Nick is matched with TJ the third. TJ is an excellent hearing dog. He loves to do his job so much that when a sound goes off and he alerts Nick, his teeth start chattering with excitement. TJ was raised by Sarah Rankin of Fishers, Indiana. Unfortunately, she wasn't able to be here today, so presenting TJ are breeder caretakers Sharon and Bill Masbach. We have a certificate for you. Oh, congratulations, Nick and TJ. Patty is the local member of this class since she lives and works in Sonoma. She is a mother to her son Jake and a special education teacher for students with learning challenges. As a local, she experienced the wildfires as we all have. As a person with hearing loss, it was especially difficult, leaving her feeling very vulnerable and anxious. Also, having hearing loss is exhausting, trying to understand what people are saying. And this must be especially true for her as a high school teacher. She says that her new canine partner is already allowing her to feel more relaxed. Patty, would you join me up front? Sierra the fifth is the one who has partnered with Patty. Sierra has an exceptional can-do, will-do attitude. In addition to being a hearing dog for Patty, Patty is also looking forward to utilizing Sierra as a positive addition in her classroom. Sierra was raised by Judy Carnevale of Powell, Ohio. She was not able to be here today, so presenting Sierra is breeder caretaker Brian Johnson. Congratulations, Patty and Sierra. Rachel is here from Colorado, where she works as a registered nurse in a surgery center. When she's not working, she is all about the outdoors. Her activities include hiking, cycling, camping, yoga, fly fishing, running, snowboarding, surfing, skateboarding, and you get the idea. If it's active and it's outdoors, Rachel is there. Rachel has had the support of her husband, John, during the 2 weeks of class. They were married just last month, and in fact, these last 2 weeks are their honeymoon. Would you join me up front, Rachel? In addition to a new husband, she now also has a new hearing dog. Genevieve the fourth has been chosen to be Rachel's newest partner. Like Rachel, she is active and determined and always ready for an adventure. Genevieve is being presented to Rachel by her puppy raiser, Annie Holden of Healdsburg, California. Congratulations, Rachel and Genevieve.
Thank you.
And now we have a special presentation for one of our special graduate teams. Jim Flint, would you join me up front?
Hi, folks. Many of you know me. I'm a longtime volunteer. I'm also a Navy veteran and get some honors with that here. As a lot of you know, CCI has been very proud to place our assistant dogs with veterans with disabilities. We present each veteran, graduate, and veteran in class with a challenge coin. And I'm honored to be able to present these challenge coins. Today, we'd like to recognize Harlan. Harlan? Yeah. Thank you for your service, Harlan. There's your coin. There's your reward. That's for you. All right, thanks.
Thank you, Jim. And thank you, Harlan, for your service. Each class of team training students chooses a classmate to speak for them. When he was out of the room, the other 5 students chose Nick to represent them today. Please welcome Nick to the podium with his hearing dog, TJ.
Thank you. So, when I told my classmates I taught public speaking, I didn't really have a choice to come up here and speak. It just kind of happened. And this is a little bit of a bigger audience than most of my classes, so bear with me. Thank you. So when I teach public speaking, I always tell my students, you must start your speech with an attention getter. It can be a personal story. It can be humor. I warn them that some of you are not funny. Do not use humor if you're not funny. It can be an emotional appeal. These are all pretty effective attention-grabbing strategies. In one of our classes, we learned about most things that distract dogs: movement, odors, sound, and touch. So we can think of these as attention-grabbing devices. So instead of grabbing your attention, I'm going to grab these dogs' attention. Squirrel! Oh, that didn't work. Oh well. But we have the attention grabber out of the way. I just want to say that this is a wonderful opportunity to come up and speak to you today. And I just want to do a few things with this speech. First of all, I want to thank a lot of people who really deserve thanks for giving us this opportunity and making this happen. Second, I want to tell you just a little bit about some of our classmates, or some of my classmates, and some of the stories that we've had during our team training experience. And then lastly, I want to just sort of give a appreciation for what Canine Companions represents and what they do for all of us. So I do have a few people I want to thank specifically. The program staff: Kim, Christina, Hallie, Shannon, Pam. There's way more names I'm forgetting. Well, frankly, I didn't have enough room to write them down here, but you know who you are. All the work you do is what makes this possible. So thank you. All of the puppy breeder caretakers and the puppy raisers. Your work also makes this possible. None of this would be possible without you, because you do the hard work of raising these, well, sometimes they're rascals, sometimes they're well behaved, but you do a wonderful job of raising these puppies to become full-grown working dogs. That's an incredible amount of work, and it's an incredible testament to what each and every one of you do. Thank you. There's a lot of other people who work in the periphery of Canine Companions: board members, sponsors, volunteers. There are simply too many people to recognize, but all of you deserve recognition as well. There's also two other individuals I want to recognize specifically. One is Augie. Is Augie here, way in the back? Thank you. So, for those of you who have never met Augie, Augie is the caretaker here in Gettinger Hall, the dorm. So, Augie is the one who makes sure this facility is in tip-top condition. He lets us in when we get locked out, which happens. It happens. He is simply a wonderful human being as well. Thank you so much for all that you did for us this past 2 weeks, Augie. Thank you. And the last person I really want to thank is Ken. So Ken has been our instructor for the past 2 weeks. And as someone who is an instructor myself, and I'm sure my fellow classmates who work in education will agree with me, Ken is a phenomenal instructor. Ken has a way of communicating so clearly and so understandably that it's really easy to get what he's saying on the first try, which, if you know a lot of us, that's not always something that comes easily. Ken also is extraordinarily patient. Extraordinarily patient. We screw up a lot, but that's okay. Ken works us through those obstacles. Ken makes it as painless as possible to learn a lot of information in just 2 weeks. But most of all, Ken is the one who matched us with our dogs. And, in the very first week, he said, don't try to figure out why I matched you with such and such dog, or why weren't you matched with this other dog. It'll all become clear. And I think all 6 of us in the class would agree that's exactly what happened. So I do want to tell you a little bit about some of my classmates and some of their experiences in this course. Patty, your special education teacher, I am just so looking forward to hearing about how Sierra does in all your classes. Sierra is actually Patty's very first animal of any kind. So a lot of us have had pets in the past, or other service animals. In the case of Harlan and Lisa, this is Patty's very first animal. And so it's been just wonderful watching you grow with Sierra these past 2 weeks. Your favorite thing that you mentioned is Sierra's independent streak. When you ask her to do a little shake, and Sierra's like, do I have to? But she does it. Sierra is such a wonderful dog. Lisa, you talked about how, in the past, in the previous training, you made a little ranking before pre-match of all the dogs you'd want to be matched with, and your first dog was at the very bottom of the list. But it turned out wonderfully, and this time you had this feeling of, I could like any of these dogs except Arrow. But Arrow is the perfect dog for Lisa. I think over the last 2 weeks, Lisa, I've watched Lisa and Arrow. They're just wonderful together. So I think Arrow would be just phenomenal. Harlan, I know that when you and Lisa were in the same class, you had the same sort of process of ranking your dogs, and you kind of had the same experience. So you have, I think, the perfect dog for you. Carly is so wonderful. The very first night that Carly spent in the dorm room here with Harlan, Carly was just walking around, and Harlan got into bed, and Carly just hopped right up into bed and cuddled up next to him. And that was the moment when Harlan knew that Carly was the perfect dog for him. Rachel, you have just the most wonderful dog. When we were at the mall practicing our ADI certification test, we have a part where we have to hand off our dog to a stranger, which is just one of the training assistants. But we hand them off, and we wish them adieu, and we're like, farewell. That lasts for about 10 seconds. Genevieve had the most like, Mom, Mom, Mom. Look on her face when that happened. 10 seconds of the worst separation anxiety ever to be experienced. But she made it through. And, or I guess Mom. So having my mom in team training is like the best thing ever. It really is. It really is. I don't know if anyone has ever had that experience before, but it was just so wonderful to have my mom there supporting me, and I guess me kind of supporting her, but not really. Well, actually, I did make her dinner. I did make her dinner. That happened. So we have like the tables are turning here. But we played Scrabble twice, and she beat me both times. We'll have a rematch next week, don't worry. But my mom's dog, Gita, is just the most wonderful cuddle bug. She is so cute that it's hard to resist petting her. And I sat next to her in class, and I had to like remind myself, no, you can't pet Gita. You can't pet Gita. You have to wait. But Gita's going to be wonderful for my mother. And my mother expressed to me that, having a chance to take a class like this is really awesome. Just being in a cohort with other people with hearing loss is something that creates a sense of community, a sense of identity, and it's not an experience we get in many places. So I think she's really thankful for that, and that's something that I'm thankful for too. My journey in Canine Companions began 3 years ago when I moved out of a apartment I shared with a couple of roommates, and I think they're watching on the live stream. So hey there, Joseph and Brittany and Fletcher and Kelly. Hope you're doing well. But I moved out, and I moved into my own one-bedroom apartment, and this was the very first time that I had ever lived alone. And I very quickly realized that these things I had taken for granted, like a roommate being able to wake me up for a fire alarm, or a roommate being able to get the door if I was in my bedroom and couldn't hear someone knocking, was not happening anymore. And so I realized that I needed help to live independently, to live by myself. And so that's what brought me to apply to Canine Companions. It's been a long process. So I applied for the application. And people don't believe me when they say there's an application for the application, but there is. I make sure to emphasize that. That was nearly 3 years ago. So it's been a long 3 years, almost 2 years on the wait list, all leading up to this moment right here and now where I was matched with TJ. And TJ is without a doubt the most perfect dog that could ever have been matched with me. He is so smart, so loyal. He loves the ball. Ball is life. Ball is love. Yeah, when we go out in the play yard and play fetch, all these other dogs are running around like crazy. No, he's just like chewing the ball or like waiting for me to throw it. That's TJ. He's just so wonderful, and I love him so much. When we had pre-matching, the first Tuesday of class, I got to meet TJ for the first time. And, I just kind of had a moment where I thought, this is going to work out. I was really apprehensive about doing this class, going away from my obligations for 2 weeks, but TJ made it as special and as wonderful as could be. So all this is to say that Canine Companions is one of the most wonderful programs I've had the experience of being in. The commitment to accessibility, just something as simple as captioning this ceremony, having facilities that are accessible is so wonderful. All the volunteers and the infrastructure it takes to run this sort of program is so incredible. The work you do here is just not work that's done anywhere else. And it's just so wonderful to have the opportunity to be here as part of such a meaningful program. So with all that said, I've spoken far too long. I've gone over my time. I'd be docking speaker points if I was grading my students. So I'm going to be handing off to Kim. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing, Nick, and for speaking on behalf of your fellow classmates. And thank you all again for being here to celebrate with us today. With that, we will conclude the ceremony, but please do stick around for refreshments and for our new graduates and their puppy raisers. We do have a professional photo opportunity just outside those doors here after the ceremony.